Here from rcnightmare.com. Today I'm going to show you how to replace the steering servo on the HPI Blitz. So what we have in front of us, or in front of me here, is the HPI Blitz truck with the top off and everything. And what I've done already is I've taken off the servo and kind of loosened up the screws. This is just a demonstration, so I'm not going to be replacing it with a different servo. But normally you'd want to get one with more torque than the stock one. It'll give you better steering throw, more power. So let's go ahead, do this here. Where's my screwdriver? So this steering servo came out of here, right? And the reason I've left this on its mount here is just to kind of save time, because I didn't want you to see me just, screwing this on here. Not going to make much sense. But you're going to have to use your imagination then, because this mount just goes across there. Imagine it without the servo, that's where it would go. And even with the servo, that's where it would go. So first thing we do is we put the 4 bolts and washers. If you can see here, underneath the bolts I have these little metal washers that came with the truck. Put them on and just loosely put them on, not completely tight, because you need to seat them, the servo in the mount correctly. See how it jiggles back and forth there a little bit like that? What you can do is flip the truck upside down and use the existing mounting posts. The bottom is flat, and the nubs on the mount will fit into that, and you can use that to make sure that the servo is lined up perfectly on the mount. So with it in the slot there, just go ahead and tighten the 4 mounting screws here. I stagger the screws, star shape or what have you, just so that it lines up even, just like that. So now that it's tight, you can flip the truck around and just dry fit it, make sure that it still fits. Yeah, so nothing unexpected. So it's kind of really neat that you can just flip it upside down and use it as a guide to seat the servo in the mount here. So at this point we're ready to actually install the servo in here. But first thing we're going to need to do is, looking for my screw here, install the servo horn onto the servo like that. Don't just install it on putting it arbitrarily on like this, because it's not centered. What you should do is center your servo, and the way to do that is plug in your servo to the receiver here and power on the truck. For demonstration purposes, this isn't powered, but plug in a battery, turn it on. On your transmitter, make sure that your steering trim is centered. And with this on, your servo will center itself. What you can do then is put this on, because now you know where center is, right? The way to install this on here is the servo horn goes perpendicular to the servo mount here. So use that as your plane, and then we just want to do perpendicular. It's never going to be 90 degrees exactly, but I think the manual says within 8 degrees or something like that is all right. So I'm just going to go ahead and, whoops, wrong screwdriver. Put this screw into the servo horn here to install it in place. So we're pretty much close to the end here. There isn't much left. Once I've installed that with the screw there, I can just place the servo into its cavity here on the chassis, into the mounting holes. 2 screws go on. Only 2 screws hold the servo mount to the chassis here, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. Just got to make sure that this linkage up here is out of the way. So just like that, and now it's straightforward. 2 screws down, 1 down, another one to go here. So that's that. Now, all we have to do is attach this ball cup onto our servo horn, and the only real way to do this is with some needle nose. So, let's see. Just gotta reach in here. I know I'm blocking the shot here a little bit, but here. So with your needle nose, just, you know, like that, and then clamp it on. There you go. Looks good. On there tight. Make sure your screws are on tight. And that's really it. So there you have it. That's how you would go about replacing the steering servo on a HPI Blitz. Thanks for watching. If you thought this was helpful, please subscribe to our channel and then check out our website at rcnightmare.com. Thanks.